Was we live? Hey, there we are.
Yeah, you are.
All right. I'm trying to get you all set up here. We were yapping and I lost track of time.
Let's cross this one off your list.
What's that?
Windows is continuously improving, blah, blah, blah. Never mind to restart your computer.
Yeah, not right now. Remind me tomorrow. So it was just asking for a update, which I don't need. I probably do need, but I don't want. All right. We got two people in. Good morning. I drank all my coffee and I didn't make any more, so off to a Coke. All right. Whoop. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing all right.
I mean, we already talked, so I kind of know how he is.
Licking my wounds from the game last night.
Yeah, we were kind of chatting about it just a little bit. I tell you what, Carolina put up a decent fight. They put up a decent game. I was pretty impressed. I mean, like it matters what I think, but let's go ahead and get this fired up, get it heated up, because we're making a soup. So my wife yesterday, she was like, "What are you making?" And I was like, okay. She was kind of curious, so whatever. There we go. So I told her, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking of different things, and she said, "Well, let me pick something." Hey, baby, you want to be involved? All right. So she started searching the old Pinterest and came up with this.
That's still something I've never seen. I've never seen Pinterest. I need to look at that because you get a lot of ideas and a lot of stuff in there.
I had a vision joke, but I'm holding back, Yeah. But it's something I've been on for years. Just different ideas of stuff people post on there, and then they have links to their web page or whatever. I find some stuff on there interesting. A lot of it's just mindless scrolling. I made soup last night too. It's cold here. Charlie, it was 75 yesterday. Yeah. 75 degrees yesterday.
It's supposed to be the same today.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 48 or 50 right now. Would have been outside cooking, but I didn't want to do all the setup. This is what it boils down to. But then I was like, I come out to start doing this, and I had the setup done in like record time. Like I even shot a talking head video for the BRW channel and edited it. I know, right? But so she found this Italian Parmesan soup, and it had some other like name to it, but of course, because she found it on Pinterest, and I don't know, I didn't write down who was the original recipe, and the stuff that I forgot at the store, and stuff I thought I had that I didn't have, so I'm making up or whatever. I'm making it my own. I'm using the recipe that she found as a guideline, and we're going to add some other stuff. So
therefore, it is your recipe.
Now it's mine. Yes. 60s, 70s here too until the last few days. Now it's 17. Ooh. It's been rough getting up and walking in the morning, and it's like 50 because you're like, if I wear like my normal, these are like those sun shirts, and I wear a long sleeve all the time because of my melanoma. But I'll wear these, and then I'll put a sweatshirt on for like my mid 40s to 50, like 40s to 50s. So then by the time I get done, I'm like really hot if I wear a regular long sleeve shirt.
Right.
Does that make sense? So it's just kind of wild. So then I'm like taking my sweatshirt off in mid walk, and then you got to carry the thing because I don't want to be one of those guys that tie it around their waist because that's just not me. Not me. You know what I did forget though?
What did you forget?
And I'm looking around. I forgot the recipe. So entertain them.
Well, it's kind of hard to make it without the recipe unless you remember everything. And I know you don't remember everything. You don't remember everything when you have the recipe.
That's true. I tell you what, this week, what's up, brother Andy? This week my bandwidth has been very spotty. The old brain's been hijacked and just scrambled all week. So I would easily forget, and I wrote down the recipe and the instructions from the website, and I don't know. But are we getting warm?
Yeah, we're warm.
I'm not ready to cook yet.
No, I mean, not whenever I can put my hand on the bottom of the plate and touch it.
Is the other one on? Yep. Because I can smell the gas.
I can smell it here too. Whenever I turned on the tank, this one automatically started hissing, and I looked down and this one wasn't shut off.
Oh, that's probably why. All right. So, anyway, we've got this camera set up so y'all can see. Yeah. All right. How's the lighting? Lighting good? I tried a little something different. So I went back and watched one of the videos a couple weeks ago, and we were really bleached out. I don't know how to fix that. What's up, Scotty?
Good morning, sir.
Headed to hockey again? Man, you've been posting a lot of good stuff with the kids, man. That's great. I love it. I love it. So, I don't know where I was going. Yeah, it's been that kind of week for me. Just, so let's talk about this recipe. What I'm changing. So it calls for celery and onion. Well, I have my bag of celery of the Trinity, the celery, peppers, and onion. So I got that. Got this Italian sausage. You can go ahead and throw in there. There's a knife. Trash can is behind you. And then I got my turkey broth. Instead of chicken broth, I got my homemade turkey broth because I need to make room in the freezer now that I've been able to can. Okay, need a new soup for winter days. All right. Keto Mike, Aunt Rita. Howdy, howdy.
Keto Mike.
Yeah, right behind you. Well, this seems like it's an easy one. So, back there. That's fine. So we got, this is just a simple one. It's Italian sausage. It called for olive oil, but I don't see where in the instructions where to put it. But I got my turkey broth instead of chicken. Spinach, Parmesan cheese, carrots, garlic, heavy cream, diced tomatoes, and Italian seasoning. Now, I thought I had Italian seasoning. I did. Did I get it at the store? No. So last night it was like I was watching the Panthers game, and I'm trying to. Whoa! You don't want that in there.
I didn't see it was in the package. I would have saw it.
You would not have. You didn't even see it when you flipped it over. Gosh dang. The paper was stuck to it. All right.
But it was saturated with the oil, with the grease, so it was almost translucent. I couldn't see it until I would have flipped it. I would have saw the paper there.
Excuses.
It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
Yeah. Anyway, so I Googled. So if I go to Google page, I look on there and it has an AI mode. So I typed in the best Italian seasoning recipe. So it gave me one. Well, I had everything but rosemary. So I've got Italian seasoning minus rosemary. We'll see if it works. So So it couldn't. And then I screwed up and added double of one of the ingredients, so I had to go back and double the whole recipe. Still minus the rosemary because, I didn't have it on hand and I didn't get it at the store because that's where I'm at.
Rosemary is a very, very strong herb. I don't like it. There was a recipe right before Christmas that we were making that. I think might have been rosemary pork chops or something. And I actually bought rosemary just for it. And I haven't had anything with rosemary in so long. I forgot that I didn't like it. I smelled it. It smells good.
I was going to add cilantro, but...
Oh, yeah. I know what it was. It was ham. I had bought some ham. It was a little 1 pound loaf of like deli ham, and it was rosemary something ham.
Okay.
And we cut it in thin slices to make sandwiches, and I did not like the rosemary in that at all.
Yeah, Mike, I think you're right on that one. He says, Lee's Rusty's eyes and Rusty's Lee's brain, which is scary. That's a scary thought.
But pretty accurate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. My bandwidth this week has been screwed up. I mean, just really bad. But we're getting through it. So let's see. New puppy's doing very well. I'd say puppy. She's 3. But she's doing good. We got a call the other night. I think it was Thursday night. The shelter that we got her from called and said, hey, because what they do is they want you to foster them for like 2 weeks to make sure they're a good fit. So you don't waste your money and then turn around and give the dog back because they,
right.
So they have you foster them for a couple weeks and then you can adopt. And the wife had already called them and said, hey, we want to adopt her. Like, it's going to be whatever. Well, they called like Thursday and said, hey, we got somebody who wants to do a meet and greet with and they called her by her name that they had at the place, which we renamed her Remy. So they said, we want to do a meet and greet. And the wife said, I done told you we're keeping her. And they're like, oh, okay, so we'll send you the adoption paperwork. So I guess Thursday was her official gotcha day, even though we don't have the paperwork signed and all that. But so she's ours. And I tell you what, the wife had mentioned it, and we noticed a difference in the dog. Like, she was more like wanting to come up to you more, because she's been very skittish and kind of shy. So she's been more, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, not welcoming, but more at ease. So she's been coming around a lot more, which is pretty cool. But it was ironic that it was right after the wife said, hey, she's officially ours. What's up, Tom? Half a teaspoon of baking soda, tablespoon of water, mix into your ground meat, let it sit 20 minutes. Preserves the pH, dyes for better browning, and it allows for more moist meat. Charlie going all science on us this morning. He's looking all right.
Yeah.
He's getting all sciencey on us. Yeah, Mike, it's been like that. But what are you doing?
Soaking up all this grease right here.
Why?
Because there's a whole lot of it, and we don't need that much of this grease. That's why I pushed this all to the golly.
The recipe says leave the grease because we got to saute our veggies.
And that's fine. We can leave an ounce. We don't need to have a gallon.
Why did I even bother writing this down? Really? Really? Oh, I don't know.
All right, this is done.
All right, so now it says we got to remove that. So let's get a bowl here. Remove it, leave the grease. I got to read my own chicken scratch. Cook the sausage brown, remove from pot. Sauté the veg until soft, and then add the garlic. Which because this is still frozen, this shouldn't take long. So what I do is I don't go through the veg like I should. So I end up, when I have peppers or celery, like especially celery, right? Because I don't like celery. I'll buy peppers and onions, and then that slap chopper thing you got.
Yeah.
I whack, whack, whack. I'll do up, and I'll put them, freeze them in bags like that. 1 cup each of 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of whatever color peppers, 1 cup of onion. And then I have them on hand, so whenever it calls for that, I've already got it, boom, done. Now, this recipe did not call for celery. No. Sorry. This recipe did not call for bell peppers, but I've got bell peppers in there. So, first tweak. And this, I really don't know if this Italian season is going to be good without rosemary. I really don't know. But once those are good, we'll put that in there. And then we got to add the broth. So when I was freezing these, I'd fill it up. This one was just leftovers, but I'd fill them up so I had room for expansion for freezing. Because I did not want one to bust in the freezer. But now a friend of ours showed me how to can, so I can start canning, which is going to be great. So I was like, so this was a cup and a half. Normally you get 2 cups in there, but it's a cup and a half. So because I like doing them in the pint jars, because a lot of times I would go get the box and it only called for half.
Right.
Then you're like, well, what do you do with it? Well, let's set it off to the side in the fridge and then forget about it. I mean, seriously, I would forget about it. And then you end up throwing it away. So I did them froze them in pint jars because, well, usually they only call for a cup or a cup and a half or whatever. So, and the tomatoes, it called for diced tomatoes, but we found these fire roasted. I can't see that. Fire roasted tomatoes. So we're going to add a little bit of zip to it. I know that's a lot of water.
A lot of water.
Because it was frozen.
I bumped up the heat to try and steam some of that off. I can also stick a paper towel there and stuff.
He really cranked up the fire. He did.
I did. We got to boil that stuff off.
Yep. Did you see that on TikTok?
See what on TikTok? I don't watch TikToks, and drop water on the floor.
He didn't get it, Charlie. I like using fire roasted tomatoes and make pasta sauce. Ooh. I've not made a pasta sauce. I might have to do that here coming up. I have a recipe for a copycat Rayos.
That is some good stuff.
I've got a copycat version to do. Charlie says drink it. So what I thought I was going to do this morning, and y'all gonna laugh in about 2 weeks. So I watched the guy Bruce Mitchell. We talked about this.
Yeah, I was watching him yesterday.
And he did the roux on the Blackstone. So I had did it on the E series to see if you could do it. Well, it took me like 2 hours. So I should have just got a regular skillet and just made the roux in the skillet. But it was because I screwed up doing it at a lower temperature and trying to work my way up, where I should have just cranked it up to 450, 475 and let it roll. That was my bad. So anyway, I went back and forth whether I was going to edit that video, and I did. I edited it and got it done. I mean, it did work. I think I showed that a couple weeks ago, but so it worked. So we got a gumbo to make, but I was going to do just that. Do another, like a live where I'm making, where I was going to toast up that flour to see how long it really takes it at a higher temperature. Was kind of my thoughts, but then that didn't happen because the wife wanted this. So it all looks good. It sounds familiar, like we've done something similar to this, but I don't remember what. We've made so much stuff over the last so many years.
Yeah, we've made a couple
Soups. I mean, we've made some good soups. And I'll tell you what, making my own broth has, I think, upped the soup game. Add broth, carrots, sausage, and seasoning. So now this also called for diced carrots, which I could see, but I'm lazy, and we got the matchstick, and it calls for 2 medium carrots diced. So I got the matchsticks. I don't know how. I don't know. It's just going to be a big handful, I guess. Maybe 2. Maybe the whole bag. Probably half a bag. That should be fine, I think. What do you think? About half a bag?
Yeah.
2 medium carrots. Okay. Yep. Put the sausage in. And then the equivalent to 2 medium carrots sliced for the whole bag. It's my recipe now, baby. It's mine now. Okay. Let me take a towel. Oops. Okay. Oh, and the seasonings. So the seasonings is just the...
Not the tomatoes?
Not yet. Because we had to do this... Or no. Broth, tomatoes, sausage, and seasoning. So yeah. Yeah. Ow. Shit. Ah. I just like pinched my finger. And I cut it. Gosh dang it. Alright, I'm going to dump that in there. How do you cut your finger while you open the damn can? Yep, been that kind of week. And then it calls for like a teaspoon. So... yeah, we'll change it to a tablespoon because I don't know. I don't know how that'll be without rosemary. So then it says reduce the heat and stir. So let's let that go for a little bit. And then we'll stir in the heavy whipping cream. and the parm until creamy. So yeah, we'll let that kind of boil off a little bit.
That's a very, very hearty soup.
Well, that was what this is, an Italian parm. So I think the term on Pinterest was uh, velvety Italian soup or something. Color of blood matches tomato sauce. No one will ever know. Well, fortunately, I didn't get blood in the
Looks
tomato
like
sauce.
you need another one of these. I mean, that is thick.
It'll cook down some because we're gonna add some more. We gotta add some heavy whipping cream. You know. Oh, I need to keep that can.
Let's keep the can.
Yep. So I'm gonna keep the can. Why? Because I need another one for the chili cook-off coming up next weekend. What? Yeah.
You need a can?
Yes. So you're already saying why.
Yes. Why would you need a can?
So the idea is with the chili cook-off, when you show up, you're going to get a spoon and you're going to get 2 tokens, well, probably poker chips, different colors, and so for every chili there'll be a can set off on a different side of the room with the numbers. So each chili will have a number, and then you basically, whatever chili you like, you put the token in the can of the chili you like. If you like their booth decoration, then you put that color token into the can. So then at the end of the afternoon or evening, whenever we're done, we're getting ready to finish up, we'll dump the can, separate the 2 chips, and then write that down. Go to the next can. Dump the can, separate the 2 chips, count them up, write them down. And then that's how we're going to find our winner.
Okay.
So I've got 9 chilies already signed up. And there's possibly a few more coming that I don't know about. So the idea then is I got to have at least a dozen and a half tin cans.
And where is this going to be held?
One of the guys in F3, he's having it at his place.
Okay.
So I think it's the mumble chatter is what we call it. The kind of talking about it. People are talking about it, and sounds pretty good. People are looking forward to it. So they've requested a cornbread category, so you would have your best cornbread. But I was like, if you want cornbread, because I don't want to go too many categories at once.
Right.
So I was like, if you want cornbread, put it in your display. And they're like, what? And it's like one guy, he's a Penn State fan, and he was kind of asking about the what I was meaning by display. And I said, if you have a Penn State crock pot, one that has Penn State on it, whatever, like my Ohio State one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have one that has Penn State on it. If you take your cornbread, put it on a sheet pan, like one of these, cook it on that. But you add green food coloring to the cornbread batter before you cook it, lay it out on the sheet pan, and then now you have a field that you could, line if you want to or whatever. There's your cornbread is your football field. No?
If you're going to a football tailgate, I would think that would be pretty cool.
Well, it's a display. It's anything you want.
Right.
So it's, you could put up little Penn State flags or whatever that you wanted, right? So one idea that I had was I was going to put my crock pot up on monster tires and make it like a monster truck, and then have a sheet pan of cornbread, but have it kind of divoted out around so it would look like a Monster Jam, like the show Monster Jam, and have it like that, and then monster trucks on it, so you'd have to move the monster truck to cut the cornbread, but it would be pretty cool then,
Yeah.
So it was something like that, just something to play around with. Lost you at Penn State. It's because he was a Penn State fan. That's why I was using that as an example. So, well, you're really boiling, getting it going.
We've got to tend them carrots up.
So the idea of the booth idea was kind of just something different, something fun.
Yeah.
Instead of just the boring, you got the plastic table with chili all over the place because people are sloppy, messy.
It's just like us whenever we go to our competitions. You put little pig displays out and decorate your area.
So we're trying to have it just a little more fun, and I'm keeping it kind of no cost to enter. That's on me. I'm having a cost to put this on, but it's me, so it's what I wanted to do, and so chance to give back, if you will, to put on a little something. But I think it's going to be a good time. From what I've heard, people are enjoying the thought of it.
Right, getting excited.
So that's good. That's good. But yeah, that's why I need a tin can. So, and I have one of those openers that the edge safety edge thing,
right,
to where I can cut this little rim out so it's not in there if I need to, if I want to. I don't know that I need to, but it's just a little cut. Stop bleeding. Good. Throw that away. Okay. So where are we at?
We are
boiling, simmering.
I just turned it down, so we should be going to a simmer shortly.
So now it says reduce the heat and stir in the heavy whipping cream and the parm until creamy. How much heavy whipping cream? It says 1 cup. Roughly? That about a cup?
No, you need a little more. Yeah.
There's not much left.
Not at all.
Cup and a half. Yeah, it's all the same, right?
Whatever you have left in your carton.
This is why I was like, I don't know, let's try not to screw it up. And then it calls for about a cup of, let me use this game. A cup of cheese, which this is.
Is that the 1 3/4 cup bag?
This is a cup and a half. So I need about 3/4 of this. Because the last little half cup was supposed to be for garnish. Okay. Slide this back here and get my. See, I was trying to think of ways to keep my dishes easy cleanup, carry inside. So what else we got? What's new on your end?
Not much. Just going through my car issues with the van and making my long journeys for work. Since I'm the only technician that's left in these 3 markets, I am doing a lot of driving. Going all the way down to Myrtle Beach, going to So you had to go to Fayetteville, had to go to Hillsboro, North Carolina, down to Clemson. I mean, I was doing a whole lot of driving and getting home and pretty much just going to bed and starting it up again the next day. I'm almost to the end of my physical therapy. My brain, spine, and back doctor released me on Wednesday last week.
And that's because of the accident from months ago.
Right. From my August 25th accident. I go to the ortho again on Wednesday at 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's where, because of my torn rotator cuff, they gave me 2 shots in the shoulder and then put me in physical therapy for that. I got my follow-up to see how that is all going. I start my vestibular therapy on Thursday this week. But I'm just wanting to hurry up and get all this stuff done. Because whenever I have all these therapies, I have them scheduled all of them at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9, depending on when they open, because I want to get them done so I can get on the road for all my driving. Because
Right.
I don't want to get therapy at 10 o'clock in the morning, get finished at 11, then have to head out to Myrtle Beach at 11, 11:30, 3.5 hour drive there, do what I got to do, 3.5 hour drive back, and it being pitch black whenever I'm coming home.
That makes sense.
So I schedule all those as early as I can. But hopefully I'm almost at the end of all these therapies and getting all that stuff done.
Well, good. Yeah, the wife's been doing therapy. She's doing pretty good. So for anybody that doesn't know, she had her rotator cuff done, fixed. I don't know what all they did, but they went in, what all that entails. But they ended up fixing it, and then they had to shave some of the bone off because she had a bone spur, and they had to reattach the bicep back up to where it needed to be. Without a medical report. Yep, that's true. So she's doing pretty good. She's able to be out of the sling. She hasn't been in the sling in a couple days. So that's been pretty good. Charlie says it wouldn't be a bear live without a medical report. Hey, man, let me tell you, buddy. In the last few years, that's what I've been living off of, man. It's like, what's new? Well, I went to this doctor. I went to that doctor. So, yeah, you're right. I'd like to keep you all in the loop. That way, if, you're kind of curious. Sometimes it's just the only thing that I've got new to tell you. Because I'm boring. I'm boring. But I did get a company that reached out last week. And I was kind of like, the guy was kind of snotty, because he's like, I don't know if you saw my email, but I sent you one. And it might have went to spam. And I was like, yes, it did go to spam. I don't know. I probably deleted it. But I was like, yeah. And he wanted me to do a review of one of his products. I was like, well, which one are you thinking that would be a good fit for me? Because if it's not a good fit for me or the channel, or maybe a good fit for the channel, but it's not a good one for me, I don't want it. I mean, that's just it, right? So it turns out it's like a coffee machine, grinder, something like that. They had a whole bunch of other stuff. And March 5th. Okay. Well, hopefully yours isn't as invasive as what hers was. So I sent the guy back, and Pay and Cub both sat down and helped me decide what to get. And it's a high-end coffee espresso type thing that we picked, and Cub said this is what they use at the job she's at now. So she's kind of familiar with it. So that should be coming up. So. I don't know if it's really coming, because once I sent back what I picked, I was like, this looks like it'll be a good fit, for the channel and for me. So yeah, send me this coffee maker. And it's like $180, $160 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh. But, so I don't know. I haven't heard anything back. So I guess if it shows up, it shows up. It's starting to look creamy.
It is.
All right, that looks pretty decent. Now we're supposed to just drop in the spinach and cook until wilted, and then salt and pepper to taste. So we want to let her get a little thicker.
I think now it's good consistency to go ahead and wilt the spinach up.
Let's see.
Let's put it in the whole bag.
Probably will. Because somebody real quick, how 142 grams converted to cups?
Doesn't it say cups on the front of the bag?
No, it says 5 ounces. Wait, 5 ounces. So a cup is 8 ounces.
Right, so it's
So I should
3/4 or so.
So I should have got a whole dang thing. I should have got a whole another one. Never mind. So we'll, add this whole bag because it's only 5 ounces. Well, never mind. We figured it out. Spice grinders and dehydrators are great for homemade spice blending. Yep, and I had a dehydrator, never used it. I mean, I got it on a really good sale years ago. Never used it, so I sent it up to pay with one of her friends was talking about she missing dehydrating jerky and stuff, and I was like, here, take it, So they're using it up there in Western Carolina. So
well, I've got a massive 10 tray Excalibur dehydrator. I've got a 6 tray smaller one that I use for like doing jerky and stuff in the house. If I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff, I haven't even used the Excalibur yet. But I got it from MagVids, and it's just one that I've always wanted and had an opportunity, so I got it and haven't even used it yet. But I've got the other one that I've been using for jerky for years, and then I've got a small one for herbs and spices at the house. So I can bring that little small one down here if you want to start doing that.
no, I have no desire. Now, I did say to add red pepper flake. I didn't do that. I did have red pepper flake a little tiny bit in my jar here. I mean, you probably can't even tell that they're in there, but there was a little bit of red pepper flake in here. I'm talking like maybe a quarter teaspoon, which when you put that out, it's probably like 10 flakes. So do we need salt, pepper? Probably.
I can tell you now we're going to need salt.
I know. I'm getting it.
And pepper. Actually, your seasoning you made up, you could probably just use more of that.
Oh, the Italian seasoning or salt, pepper?
The Italian seasoning.
Okay.
I can't even really taste it.
Well, there was a red pepper flake. Yeah, Italian seasoning was one of those that it's like you have to use a whole lot to get a good taste on it.
Right.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe not. But we can also add a little SPG from Uncle Steve. Because Rusty said it needed salt and pepper. Let's go with the big one. Because I'll pay attention.
You can shake it, I won't.
Yeah, I'll pay attention here. So, Uncle Steve, SPG. That is one of my favorite ones of his. That and the thick meat. That is such a good one.
My favorite's this spicier.
Lucky Shake's really good. The dessert shake is just good stuff.
He really only has one that I don't like, and that's the Gator Shake.
I like the Gator Shake, but it has to be like on fish, chicken wings.
Just that citrus
turkey.
flavor is just way too strong for me.
Let me reach up here and grab a little crock.
Speaking of crock, my brother sent me a picture of a file. He can actually print crocks on his 3D printer.
Oh, like the shoes?
Yeah.
Oh. So we didn't talk about that, did we? Your brother's got
No,
the 3D printer.
there's 3 of them now.
Maybe we did talk about it.
Oh yeah, we did whenever we started talking about the little totes that he was going to make you and stuff.
Oh, yeah. What am I looking for? Oh, here's that safety, the cam safety thing. Have y'all seen that? It's a cam safety opener. Rusty doesn't like it.
I don't like it.
Cub doesn't like it, but I use it just fine. I was looking for my ladle. I just bought like a whole bunch of them. There it is. Well, do we need more salt, pepper?
I don't want to stick my spoon back in there.
Well, that's why I got 4 of them now. Love the opener.
It's definitely a lot better, but this pepper.
Salt.
Where's the pepper? Oh,
Brutus.
actually, probably just need to add it to my actual bowl because it's like it's just right there, just a tiny little bit missing. The salt is actually good now.
Okay. Do you get any of the Italian seasoning?
I'm starting to.
Okay. So we need more?
I don't think we need any more. Why don't you get a spoon and you taste it?
Why don't I? I do get the herbiness, but it's not like overpowering.
Exactly.
You do get a little creaminess. I don't get the parm until the end. Like you get that, you know how if you take a bite of the parm, that you get that, not the waxy taste, but that kind of dry funk taste, cheese funk taste. I do get that at the end. I think I am going to add a little more seasoning. This is just salt, pepper, and garlic in it. A little chili powder is all that's in it. So just something to give it a little more zip.
A little bitty splash of Texas Pete in the bowl is going to be good.
Oh, I didn't bring that out. I should go get that. But a Italian soup with hot sauce? It's
Peppers.
hot sauce goes with hot sauce, right? Hot sauce goes with everything. Right?
It does. All right, I think we're ready to taste it.
You ready to taste it? Let me go get the hot sauce. You might not believe it, but I forgot why I was in there. I'm telling you, it's been that kind of week. Get another paper towel. I need to move one over here. Okay. So now I need to get a picture. You need to add a little bit of the parm. Now I forgot fresh, like the little parsley flakes that I get. I forgot that.
That's okay. There's enough green in there.
Yeah, there's enough spinach in there. Texas Pete and Italian soup. We're having Rusty go back to the doctor and a few issues. Yeah. Guido. Well, I'm not going to put any, I'm going to cut this camera here off and so I can get a picture. And then you can see our mugs. So then you can see our ugly mugs doing our thing. And I can get a picture for the thumbnail. Ooh. All right. Oop, not me. All right. Let's try it without the hot sauce, and then we'll try it with the hot sauce. Okay?
Okay.
So this was a pretty easy recipe. I'll try to link it down later on today. I'll try to write it up. I dig it. The carrots needed cooked longer.
Yeah,
I understand why they wanted the diced, but the carrots have still have a crunch to them. The other veggies are pretty well, I don't want to say disintegrated, but look at that. But I don't mind the carrots being crunchy because it gives a nice texture. Now, if we would have used the diced carrots, it would have been more mushy.
Or they would have been a lot softer.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I do think I need more Parmesan. You?
No, I'm good.
The hot sauce, I can see where it fits. I can see where it fits in. Actually, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it too, because really, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You put too much in and burn your gizzard.
You can't put too much Texas Pete.
Let's see. I don't know if y'all can hear Rex out there. Eggshells also add texture. They do. A crunchier texture. So that bite had a lot of Parmesan cheese. That's what's missing. The hot sauce gives it that little bit of tang. That bite had a lot of hot sauce in it, but I liked it. Serve it on the side.
It's a really good soup, but the Texas Pete, I think, gives it a little bit of an edge over the over the regular soup. I really like it.
It was really, yeah. So the Texas Pete's, instead of red pepper flake, This Italian seasoning, I'm not getting it. I should now. I mean, I just put half a tablespoon in my thing. I mean, I can see the Italian seasoning in there. Maybe it's because I didn't have the rosemary. Was rosemary? The recipe that I had said it needed it.
If rosemary is a normal ingredient in the Italian seasoning, I mean, I've been eating that all my life, and I like it. But maybe that rosemary ham that I got for Christmas, maybe it was just rosemary. It wasn't all the other stuff together, and rosemary was just so strong. That's why I didn't like it on the ham.
I don't know,
but
I think it's good.
I do too.
That's what I used in my Italian soup last night. Nice. If you wanted to heat, make it Italian. Use the red pepper flakes. Yes. So the recipe did say some of them at the bottom they have notes to use a hot Italian sausage and to add there. It says a quarter red pepper flake. Where was it at? It's like a quarter teaspoon or something. But I put pepper flake in my Italian seasoning, because sometimes red pepper flake,
I remember the red pepper flake on the table at Pizza Hut. You put on the pizza.
Yeah. Well, and I thought about this while I was writing this up. I was like, somebody's like, what do you use red pepper flake for? It's never in any recipe. Like, it is, I just don't ever use it. But, no, this is a good one. I would definitely up the Parmesan cheese in there. I don't know if I'd double it, but I would definitely add probably 2 cups. So, yeah, double it. A little more spinach. I mean, that was 5 ounces. It calls for 2 cups of fresh. So, whatever 2 cups of fresh equals. Because if I had a
5-ounce bags, so 3 of them bags.
But if I had, that would be way too much.
3 of those bags is only 15 ounces.
Yeah, but if you take a measuring cup and you put in a cup, it wouldn't be the whole bag. Unless you mashed it all down and made it really flat and thin. Compacted.
It calls for 2 cups. 3 bags is only, that's
by weight. That's by weight. So, Texas peach vinegar base, which adds brightness. Yes. I think the Texas peach is a good addition. I didn't put a whole lot in, but I think Texas peach was a good addition.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stir it in. Yeah. So this soup, I feel like we've made something similar to this before.
We have.
I don't remember what it was though. But anyway, I like it.
But it's a good one. We're going to be remaking soups. We need to remake the pizza soup. That one was really good.
Yeah. But this was a different recipe than what we made before, but it looks similar to that. What was the Olive Garden? The Tuca Zupa taco. What's that big famous one from Olive Garden? The Tuca Sapa Zupa.
I don't know.
Yeah. So Tom says next week's show, Lee and Rusty will discuss the new medical issues after the Italian nanas pay them a visit. That's it, Charlie. Zuppa Tuscany. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I guess this is what we get for a Yankee and a Southerner trying to make an Italian thing in a garage. But I don't know. I'm good with it.
I am too.
I think the wife's gonna like it. I should probably get her to come check it out real quick. I doubt she will. But all right. Well, let's get out of here. We've I don't know, bored you all to death. Yankee and a hillbilly making Italian. Don't hate us because of our beards. That's what it is. Tom's got beard envy.
That's what it is.
All right, well, let's get out of here.
Good job, buddy.
Excuse
Good
me.
job.
Thank you. Well, you made it.
So we'll go in and we'll tell the wife that it was a good Pinterest find.
Yeah, she did good. And I wrote it down, and then when I rewrite it, I'll put ish at the end of my ingredients because that's how we do things. So, all right, well, let's get out of here. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good?
Rock on. Y'all are awesome.
Have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week, guys.
And I did have fun, even though, let's be careful out there.